Get ready for your daily dose of marketing strategies and tactics from entrepreneurs with the guile and experience to help you find success in any marketing capacity. You're listening to Marketing School with your instructors, Neil Patel and Eric Sue.
Welcome to another episode of Marketing School. I'm Eric Sue.
And I'm Neil Patel.
And today we're going to talk about how to make high-converting explainer videos. And this is something that Neil is no stranger to, considering that he's done a lot of explainer videos for different companies that he's run. So the first thing I'll say is, when it comes to making explainer videos, don't think that you need a very high budget to get going with it. Oftentimes nowadays, there are apps out there. I think there's one called YouTube Director that's on iOS. It's probably available for Android too. But it allows you to shoot decent videos. And oftentimes I see people actually running ads just from videos that they shot from their iPhone. So it's not professional at all, but it actually does seem to work. But if you do have a little money to spend, let's say $500 to about $2,000 or so, Video Brewery is a great place to get started. It's a marketplace for videos. People can bid on your project. You have people from your crane all over the world showing you what kind of videos they can do. You look at their portfolio, and then you really go from there. But the one thing I will say is, when you're starting out with explainer videos, oftentimes these other companies will try to craft a script for you without really understanding your product or service. You're going to want to really get involved in that process, and Neil can kind of speak to that a little more too. But Neil, what are your thoughts around explainer videos? Because you've done a lot.
The biggest thing with explainer videos is all about objections. So if you can find out what issues people have with your product or service before they sign up or buy it, and you can answer those objections in a video, you're going to drastically increase your conversions. Just creating a fancy video with a nice voiceover isn't going to do the trick. You'll still lose money. I found out that if you even have a janky video, like something that's not that high quality or great, but you answer all of the objections or the major ones that people have, including the major FAQs that they have before they sign up or buy your product, you're much more likely to increase conversions. And answering the objections isn't enough. You can't just be like, okay, objection number 1. You got to flow it into a story. So for example, with Crazy Egg, we talk about the major features. We talk about what it helps you with. And it's an analytics company, for those of you who don't know. And within there, when people are using it, we knew that a lot of our customers, before they sign up, they're like, oh, will it slow down my site? So within the explainer video towards the end, we're like, and don't worry, if you think Crazy Egg is going to slow down your site, it won't. Our fast infrastructure, does X, Y, and Z, so it's not going to slow down your website. And when you use it, you're going to be in good hands. Companies like Skype, Disney, Amazon, I'm making it up, are using Crazy Egg, right? So by doing those types of things and answering the objections through content and blending it into a story, it really does help boost your conversion.
Yeah, and a really good example, if you Google Growth Everywhere Squatty Potty interview, for those of you that watch Shark Tank, Squatty Potty, and Neil has one of these, I think, Squatty Potty basically allows you to poop better. It's a little stool that you put under your toilet. But anyway, when you have a product like this, you have to educate a lot of people, and education is really expensive, right? Especially when you're selling something. So a lot of people don't like to, especially when you look at Shark Tank, they don't like getting involved with investing in things that require a lot of education. Initially, the video that Squatty Potty used was a bunch of moms and their daughters running around with Squatty Potties talking about how great the product was, right? That doesn't sound too interesting. But they decided to do a complete turnaround, and now the video that they have is a unicorn pooping out rainbow ice cream with a funny spokesman next to it. So that's a lot funnier, first of all, and second of all, it's educational at the same time. When you educate and you're entertaining, that's a double win, right? And that video added a 600% return on investment for them. And Squatty Potty reported doing $20 million in revenue in 2015. So that's what it takes. Make sure that you're delivering something that's of value. And, if you can, it's a plus that you can also entertain at the same time.
I've also tested short explainer videos and long explainer videos. What I found is short ones don't get people hooked on your product. Yes, more people finish the whole watching the whole video when it's shorter, but there's one big issue. You can't answer all the objections in a short time frame. You can't get people used to your product or service. You can't get them warm and fuzzy, right? There's emotional appeal. If you can get someone hooked on your video, kind of like Squatty Potty and emotionally connected, they're much more likely to convert. And I found that videos that are longer, like a minute and 30 seconds to 3 minutes, convert way better, even though a lot of people drop off early on. So the key is not having a short video that just gets through everything really fast. It's about answering all questions and objections, building that story, and most importantly, connecting emotionally to the person who's watching it.
Neil, who's the guy that you use for the crazy egg video? There's always that voice guy.
Mike O'Brien, he's based out of San Diego. I've never met him, but he's dirt cheap. It's like a few $100, and his voice converts quite well. We've even tested different voiceover people because we send a lot of traffic, and his converted a bit better, not by much, but it's so cheap. We just use him now as our default.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, you actually hear this guy's voice everywhere. So I asked Neil for his contact information, and we actually used his voice. But here's the thing: when we had somebody else do the video. And the video team just reached out to them reach out to Mike with the script, and Mike really never got to understand kind of the full context of what the service or what the product was, and it didn't seem like he was emotionally invested or vested into what he was saying. It almost seemed like he was disconnected. So when you look at the video that he did for Crazy Egg, it seems like he totally understood the product, and it seems like the Crazy Egg team actually spoke with him. Is that true?
No, we didn't speak with him.
Yeah, he came off like he totally understood Crazy Egg, and when he did our video, it seemed like he was totally disconnected. So I would say, I guess a word of caution here is, at least talk to the voiceover person beforehand, or if you feel like there's a disconnect, at least try to get the thing fixed before you launch it like we did.
Well, the other thing too with our video, it was scripted in a way that anyone could understand it. It was really dead simple, and on top of that, when you read it, like we read it ourselves, it flowed. So before we give the video, before we give the script to the designer or the voiceover or any of that, we read it ourselves to make sure that it makes sense before we have the voiceover guy do his recording. Because if it doesn't flow right, he's not going to do a good job, or she's not going to do a good job.
Yep, and so we have a Video Brewery, that's one, and then the ones that made Neil's video, that was Demo Duck, right?
Yeah, which I believe owns Video Brewery, right?
Yes, it's Demo Duck or Switch Video, one or the other. Switch Video is another one, by the way. So Demo Duck, I think it is Demo Duck that owns Video Brewery, but their videos start at around what, 10K plus?
I don't know. Between the Crazy Egg Explainer video, I don't know what we paid for it. It's been a while. I know it was more than 10 grand, less than 20 grand.
Got it. There you go. So more than 10K. And then Sandwich Video, if you're a big brand, you're ready to spend lots of money, Sandwich Video their videos are 100K plus. I think they're probably even higher at this point. They did videos for TrueCar, Airbnb, and the like, but I would also say you look at Demo Duck, you look at Sandwich Video, you look at those sites for inspiration and try to craft your own script from those, because there's different elements that you like to pull from it, and eventually it becomes your own original video. Neil, anything else to add?
I found that paying a lot of money for these videos doesn't make a big difference. The quality is not as important. It's the script. Focus on the script more than anything else. I can't emphasize that enough.
So where did you guys get your script done for Crazy Egg?
A company called Conversion Rate Experts, which
there you go.
At that time was costing us $20,000 a month. So we spent quite a bit, but the script is everything. It's not the video.
There you go. Completely agree with that. That's it for this episode of Marketing School. We'll see you tomorrow.
This session of Marketing School has come to a close. Be sure to subscribe for more daily marketing strategies and tactics to help you find the success you've always dreamed of. And don't forget to rate and review so we can continue to bring you the best daily content possible. We'll see you in class tomorrow, right here on Marketing School.